Everybody, woo!
Swing, swing, beer here, beer here. Peanuts, I got peanuts for $5, peanuts, $5.
Take me out to my balls game. Drooping testicles here. For it's 1, 2, 3 foreskins cut off in the old hospital.
Gross, gross, gross.
I love my foreskin humor.
Couldn't just make this about the American game, man.
Well, I guess like the football was pigskin and this is foreskin, so I don't know.
Well, there's a lot of references to baseball and innuendo to things. I mean, hey, I got to first base with the girl, man, and then we rounded second and things started getting hot and heavy, man.
Meatloaf, it's all his fault. You know, the whole paradise at the dashboard.
Nothing will beat the George Carlin football versus baseball bit. In football, the object's to get into the end zone. In baseball, the objective is to go home. We're safe at home.
Why are we here today? Why are we here for these couple of minutes?
Well, it's just going to be a little quickie. We're going to talk to you about, guess what? Baseball. Hey, who is that with all those random mascots from all those random teams? Yep, that's the two of us with the Indians mascot, Orioles mascot, and the Cincinnati Reds mascot. The lady version, anyway.
Rosie Red. It was definitely a guy.
Yeah.
I know for a fact it was definitely a guy, but that's what happens when you have a couple too many beers and you go got your beer goggles.
That's okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's all baseball is all about love. We love the mascots. We try to meet all the mascots we can when we go out. And basically, the story is that if you see the map, you will notice that all parts of the United States have their baseball territory. And if you get out of line, I'm going to have to send you to the Baseball Fury.
Or the Oakland Athletics pachyderm. He almost called the police on me and a friend in Oakland a couple of years back because we touched his nose.
What's your favorite mascot and mascot name?
I like Bernie Brewer because of the alliteration. The Philly Fanatic is always cool. Mr. Met is fine. I like when he gave the finger. That was pretty cool. I wish the Yankees would bring back Dandy. I think it would add a little bit more like flavor to them. For anybody who's not familiar with Dandy, it's like if Yosemite Sam was employed for the Yankees for a hot minute in the late 70s, early 80s.
Why not? Bring some more fun back to the game.
I miss those larger-than-life characters from the 80s, like, the Eddie Murrays and the Kirby Pucketts and the John Crooks, even he's a little bit later. All those kind of guys. Rather than squeaky clean players today. Like, we went out there and we tried to play 110%. I miss those crazy, people like Ricky Henderson referring to himself in the third person. I miss that shit.
Doc Ellis.
The
Pittsburgh Pirates in the 1970s. Look at that ball club and the makeup of characters on that. Back then, a lot more stuff could fly.
Who was that reliever? The one with the glasses, like the really tall, lanky guy, and he had the really nerdy glasses.
It sounds like, I don't know, at least 1/4 of the relievers back then. It was like a mandatory. You had to have a guy with goggles or glasses on.
It's Kent Tekulve, or Kent Tekulve.
Punta Kinte?
Kent Tekulve. That guy's a character and a half. He's just a side-throwing, lanky motherfucker wearing big-ass glasses. He looked like if Joey Ramone was a baseball player. Kent Tekulve. Joey Ramone and Kurt Rambis had a baby. Kent Tekulve. All right, but enough about Kent Tekulve and Doc Ellis and other characters and We Are Family Pirates. Yeah, so we've been to a lot of baseball stadiums throughout the years. It kind of started accidentally. Like, I think we just ended up in a city visiting one of our friends, and so, oh, cool, the so-and-so team is in town. Let's go check it out. You end up at a wedding somewhere. Oh, cool. Is whatever home team playing this weekend? Yeah, man, let's go check out this ballpark and knock it off. And it kind of became a thing. So-and-so there, or so-and-so's cousins, brothers, sisters, uncles, aunts, bearded ladies, brother-in-law. Let's go there. Let's visit them, never talk to them again, and knock out a stadium.
That's the way to do it. And I think it was the time we went to Baltimore here when I finally was like, I've been to about 6 or 7 stadiums and there's 30 in the league. If I kept going and there's a couple more close by, we could probably start knocking some of these out. I'm at 15, so I'm halfway there. Mike's a little bit ahead of me, so I got to do some catching up to do. A football stadium, a basketball arena, a hockey arena, 9 out of 10 times, they're just the generic run-of-the-mill. The great thing about the baseball stadiums, literally the dimensions of baseball fields are different from one to another. So it actually affects the play of the game.
I've always been a little bit fascinated by architecture and designs of these stadiums, what works, what doesn't work. For about 30 years, they were in municipal ballparks, aka the cookie cutter stadiums, because they literally look like cookies and they were shaped like cookies and very generic big fields. And they went back to a little bit more of the characters of the old school ballparks, like the Ebbets Fields or Wrigley's or Fenway Parks. And new stadiums have been opening up since the early 90s, since formerly New Comiskey Park or also Camden Yards in Baltimore. And a lot of the old ballparks, like I mentioned, Fenway and Wrigley, have had to catch up to the times and add other things to do there, just to see the little variations on those and which one's newer and what they've done. They've also added a lot of just like things to do for the family, make it a more family-friendly environment, adding all kinds of food and attractions. So it's an experience now.
I mean, think of going to see a San Francisco Giants game and getting to see a home run fall in McCovey Cove. If you go to see a Detroit Tigers game, you're literally walking into an amusement park. So it's cultural, it's summertime, and first and foremost, this is a great way to see America.
It's fun. It is, like you said, a great way to see America. If you have a wedding to go to, if you have a lot of vacation time, or if you happen to be somewhere in business and you have a couple of free hours, it's cool to knock out stadium that way as well.
Come and visit the United States of baseball.
Isn't that right, Mr. Eagle? Exactly. Very fun.
Looks like he's shaking his head no.
Say yes. There you go. Say yes. Come on, man.
No, he said no.
You just make up your mind, dude. Well, I'm just gonna have you back and go.
I think he's just messing with you, man. Hey, Mr. Eagle, do you think it's a good idea that we're doing this baseball episode?
Let's see what he has to say.
That was a yes, no. That was a yes, no. He did it. At least part of it was yes.
Yeah, I think he wants us to keep it brief. It's like Mr. Rogers right now. I'm going to put you back with your other friends.
When you go to sleep at night, they play ball, man. It's like that episode of the Ghostbusters when they are playing baseball against all the ghouls. So this is what will be in store for some of our baseball episodes. We're going to go through all the teams and stadiums one by one. Our first episode will be the Milwaukee Brewers.
Did we like it? Did we not? Well, I guess you'll have to find out. You have to stay tuned and find out for the next video.
You really knocked that one out of the park.
I'd say that's the grand slam.
That's one strike for you.
If we're unprepared, we might balk at the opportunity.
Anyways.
Yes.
Like the bird that Randy Johnson crushed with his fastball, we got to get going. So,
it's 1, 2, 3 cannonballs in the pool for all everybody.
Everybody in the motherfucking pool tonight. Yeah. Play ball.
Play ball.
Yeah.
Play ball.
Everybody in the pool and you're playing some baseball. Yeah.
Play ball.
All right.
Play ball.
All right.
Play ball.
For it's 1, 2, 3 tribal tattoos at the baseball park.
Everybody in the pool.
Everybody in the pool. Everybody in the pool. Everybody in the pool.
Everybody in the pool. Everybody in the pool. Everybody in the pool. Everybody in the pool. Everybody in the pool. Everybody in the pool.
For it's one.
1, 2, 3 sprays of Bosley
Bosley.
in your hairline. Bum bum.
For
Or
it's
it's 1,
1, 2,
2, 3
3
sprays
sprays
of
of Bosley in your hairline.
Bum bum.
For
Or
it's
it's 1, 2,
2 tribal
3
tattoo.
tribal tattoos in
This work.
fucking thing.
For it's
Or it's 1,
2
2, 3
cannonballs in a pool for all. Everybody
in the pool.